Howdy y'all, Squashy here. I think SuperHot VR is one of not only the coolest games in VR today, but also one of the best VR speedruns out there. Here, I'm hoping to take you through the main Gunshow glitch and best practices to get your speedrun learning in and times massively down. I'm doing this video in collaboration with Noam15A, who is a top-level SuperHot VR speedrunner and Beat Saber player. After watching this, you should head over to his channel to check out the SuperHot VR Any run analysis and walkthrough that he did. I'll have it linked in the description and at the end of the video. While Any will be the primary focus of this video, a lot of this will also affect in-game time SuperHot VR speedruns, which I'll reference as IGT from here on out, where you are going to minimize movement time in-game. I'll bring that up occasionally as we go. Let's get into it. The Gunshow Loophole is a trick in which you are able to bring your weapons through scene transitions when you originally are not supposed to be able to. You can do this by re-grabbing your weapon on the latter part of the transition to the next scene. This can be extremely useful to runners as they're able to gain back the time it would take to source a new weapon, and they can go ahead and have the weapon pointing in the direction it needs to be once the scene loads up. This isn't a difficult trick to pull off, but it is difficult to pull off consistently. Each runner will have their kind of own internal timer for getting it right, but my general method is once the alternate color pops up in the background signaling that the transition started, I do a little kind of movement with my body to allow me to delay just by like a quarter or a half a second, and then once that quarter or a half a second passes, I then release and re-grab the weapon immediately after the release. So far with this method, I've been able to get pretty consistent. If you're trying this for the first time, do a few where you release and grab in rapid succession to get an understanding of where the timing is, and then work on it from there. Here is me getting the Gunshow Loophole successfully between each scene of the graveyard level as a reference. At the end of the level, you are not able to take any weapons out to the next level, so those are where you will need to start out fresh. One note to make is that this footage was recorded on Quest 2, where level switching is automatic at all times. On the Steam version of the game, there is a pyramid between scenes. You'll want to turn on automatic level switching to make this work smoothly. Without automatic level switching, you are only able to do one-handed Gunshow loopholes. With it enabled, you are able to do two-handed as well. The two-handed version is used, if seldomly, during any percent, but it is a massive time savings in IGT runs. You can see a couple of examples here, and then we will hop into the pro tip section. If you are playing any percent, it is important to get to the end of scenes and levels as well as get through cutscenes as quickly as possible. Most runners do this by shaking their hands very quickly, not unlike you would when the paper towel dispenser is empty in a bathroom, or rolling their wrists in a 360 motion. In both IGT and any percent, remember that in certain circumstances, you are able to use the time between cutscenes to get your hands and body lined up with the weapons that will be appearing in the next scene. This will optimize your weapon usage. When shooting multiple enemies, it is generally best to shoot the enemy farthest away first, as the bullet travel time can be accompanied by other bullets being shot at enemies closer to you. Additionally, guns like the SMG and shotgun have multiple bullets that can kill multiple enemies at once. This is especially valuable in IGT runs as it minimizes shooting time. In IGT, moving just the wrist when aiming is good practice to avoid head or arm movement affecting your time. You can throw items through enemies to essentially register a punch and then get the throw directly afterwards. And finally, don't forget some of the normal game mechanics of the game when you are in a pinch. You're able to block bullets using guns that are in your hand, and if you miss all your shots, you still have your Mind Melter mechanic in the back half of the game to catch up. Well, if you're interested in checking out other VR speedrun content, subscribe and check out my VR speedrun showcase as well as vacation simulator tutorial. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.